Hey guys, so today we're checking out the Axial Sequential LED Parking turn signal lights with a smoke lens fitting all 2018 and newer Sport JL Wranglers. These turn signals are going to be great for the JL owners looking for a brighter and non-traditional lighting setup to complement the front end of their Jeep. Now these will replace your current turn signals and will integrate a smoked lens as well as LED technology to offer a sleek look and bright lighting performance. Now these are even going to be great if you're looking to match any other LEDs that you've installed on your Wrangler, or if you have a damaged turn signal or one of the lights is burnt out and you're just looking for an overall replacement. You don't want to mess with just replacing one turn signal or the bulb. Now these are going to have a smoked polycarbonate lens on the front. Not only is that going to offer a very sleek look and be perfect for really anybody who's a fan of that smoked or blacked out appearance to the Wrangler, but this is going to have some durability to it. So if you are taking your Jeep off-road and you are looking to go out on the trails, where these are placed on the Wrangler is pretty vulnerable, especially being on the upper front end of your Wrangler or the upper outside part of the fender. These are susceptible to any brush, branches, or any obstacles. So having that polycarbonate lens on the front is going to be very important, and this is going to come with that and be a lot more durable than the factory ones are. Now these are also going to have a factory style ABS plastic housing. This is going to come with the pins and the mounting points to be a direct replacement, giving these an awesome fitment, and everything is going to be wired in just like the factory and is going to be plug and play, which I'll get to the wiring harness in just a minute. But overall, this is going to have a very solid build. So diving a little bit deeper into the internal of this light where the LEDs are, you're going to have two rows of LEDs. Now this top row is going to be for your daytime running light. That's going to illuminate in a bright white color temperature, of course matching with any other LEDs that you may have on your Jeep. Now the bottom one is going to be for your turn signal. That's going to illuminate in an amber color, and that's what's going to have that sequential feature. So whenever your turn signal is actuated, this is going to illuminate in an amber color with that sequential function. Not only adding a lot of style to the front end of your Jeep and turning some heads, but it's also going to make you more noticeable while you're driving on the road, which is going to help out when it comes to safety. So aside from the build and the lighting performance, the one thing that I do really like about this set of lights is the fact that this comes with that plug and play wiring harness that I mentioned before, but I like it in the fact that this is all taped up. It's very clean in comparison to some other options that will have a couple of wires coming off of the light itself, but it's also going to have factory style clips, so you don't have to worry about zip tying any wiring up and out of the way. These will mount in the factory locations, and they are going to secure nicely considering that they are a factory clip. Not to mention, this is going to have a couple resistors on each of the lights. They have a nice automotive grade 3M tape on the bottom here, and they also have two mounting points on each of the resistors, so you can mount them up both ways or one or the other depending on your preference in the inside of your fender well. So I do like the fact that it gives you some options there with the resistors on both lights, and everything is going to have a very clean setup. So when it comes to install, I'm going to give this a easy 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, probably taking you about an hour to get these into your Jeep with a couple of basic hand tools. Now one of our installers here is going to walk you through it step by step, so that is going to wrap it up for my review on these lights. Let's go ahead and hop into the install.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, extension, a Phillips head screwdriver, a clip remover tool, 8mm socket, 10mm socket, 3/8 to 1/4 inch adapter, T25 Torx bit, and a T30 Torx bit. What's up guys? Today we're going to be installing a set of DRLs on our Wrangler JL, so let's get started. So we went ahead and turned the wheel out just to kind of give us some more access to our bolts in here. So our first step is going to be to come in with an 8mm socket and a 10mm socket. We have 2 8mm bolts and 1 10mm that we have to remove. So first we can remove these 2 8mm. And then we have a 10mm right up under here. And then we can pull back on this black piece. Now we can get in with our T30 Torx bit and remove this Torx screw. Now this Phillips head right here is usually the same T30 Torx. Ours is different, so we're going to use a Phillips head to remove it. So now down along the bottom here, we have two T25 Torx screws. So I'll throw an extension on there and make it a little easier. We can get those out. Then we can take out another one of our T25 screws up top. And then we have one more T30 right. And then we can remove our 10mm up here. And that'll free up our bracket. And then we can get in here with a clip remover tool and pop out our clip. Now with our bracket out of the way, it'll give us access to our last two T25 screws. Now we can disconnect our wiring harness and use a clip remover tool to remove our clips. And now with our wiring harness removed, we can remove our daytime running light. So the last step in our uninstall is to disconnect our side marker from our harness. You can do that with a little flathead screwdriver, or you can just use your fingernail. Lift that tab up and disconnect it like that. So now we can mount our side marker onto our new DRL. So we have these little tabs, slide into these grooves, and then our hole for our screw, it'll slide into here. And then we can reinstall one of our T30 Torx screws. So now we can reconnect our side marker harness. And then we'll slide our side marker through first, and then our DRL. So now we can go ahead and reinstall our 4 T25 screws that hold in our daytime running light. And then we can reinstall our T30 that holds our side marker to our daytime running light. So now we can reinstall our bracket. And we can reinstall our 3 T30 screws that hold our bracket in place. So now we can fold up our plastic piece, get that over this red spot. And now once we have that in place, we can reinstall our 2 8mm screws. And then we have our 2 10mm. So now we can route our wiring harness back towards the firewall of our car. So we can go up over these mounting provisions for our fender flares. Now we can connect our wiring harness. And then we can push our clips into place. So now we can mount our 2 boxes. We'll pull back on our double-sided tape. And you can mount these guys wherever you'd like. Tuck them back here, stick them down.
So that is going to wrap it up for my review and install on the Axial Sequential LED Parking turn signal lights with a smoked lens, fitting all 2018 and newer Sport JL Wranglers. For more videos just like this, remember to always keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.